Hello students, welcome back to the next lecture of research series. Today we are going to discuss our next topic of parametric test, that is conducting ANOVA in SPSS. This is Dr. Ramsey. Let's move ahead. So in previous lecture we have discussed that what is parametric test and what is non-parametric test. So we have discussed that for parametric test data should be taken on metric scale, it should be normal, and there should be the homogeneity of variance. So once these three assumptions meet out, then we go for parametric test. So in this parametric test, we were discussing about testing for comparing means, right? So in previous lecture, we have already discussed about comparing means of the two samples, where we have discussed about independent t-test and paired sample t-test. So in independent t-test, we have discussed that we are having the two set of respondents who are mutually exclusive set of respondents. Thus, you can take the case like gender, that we are having one set of respondent that is male and another set of respondent that is females, right? So in order to know whether there is a significant variation between the behavior of these males and females, we go for conducting the independent t-test. Then we have discussed about when we are having the same set of respondents, and we want to know if there is any significant impact of any kind of training program or any kind of session on these two respondents. Here respondents are same, respondent R and R, respondents are same. So in that case, in order to know the impact of any kind of treatment or any kind of training program on these two set of respondents, we use paired sample t-test. In medical science, of course, yes, before the trial and after trial, what are the significant outcome of their pathological reports? Paired sample t-test is used. Is there any significant impact of the medicine observed on the patient or not? So yes, t-test can be used before the treatment and after the treatment. Or is there any significant impact of training program before the training session and after the training session? In this kind of cases, we use paired sample t-test. Now question arises, here we have seen that there are two samples. Again, here we are having the two set of same respondents. But what to do when we are having the more than two samples? Let's say I also include the third sample, that is transgender, right? Now how to compare the mean of this? Although we can compare by comparing this and this, then by comparing this and this, then comparing females with transgender and transgender with males. But yes, it will be more complex process with lot of error. So for that, we are having the option of, what option we are having? We are having the option of this. We are having the option of analysis of variance. So when we are having more than two sample, we go for analysis of variance. And when we are testing the particular training program or any kind of medicine at 3 levels, we are having the testing at 3 levels, that is more than two samples, then again we are having the option of repeated measures, analysis of variance. So today we are going to discuss this one, that is analysis of variance. So let's have a look on one of the case that I have taken from IBM case study, and we've already discussed that how to access the sample cases in SPSS in previous lecture. So please like, share and subscribe my channel to get about the latest videos, and you can refer all those previous lectures for getting more detailed analysis knowledge about the test. We have discussed about all the basic fundamentals in previous lectures. So now, so we use ANOVA when we are having more than two samples and we are having normal data and homogeneity of variance, and data should be collected on metric scale, that is interval scale. Now let's have a look on this case. case is a sales manager wishes to determine the optimal number of product training days needed for new employees, and he has performance score for 3 groups. That is employees with 1 day of training program, employees with 3 days of training program, and employees with 2 days of training program, right? So these are the one set of employees who are having 1 day of training program. These are the another set of employees who are having 2 days of training program, and these are the set of respondents who are having 3 days of training program. Now, sales manager want to know either there is a significant variation on the performance of these sales groups, that is sales group with 1 day of training program, 2 day of training programs, or 3 days of training programs, right? So is there variation among this group or not? Is there variation? Is there any kind of variation? Is there or not? So here we are having more than 2 samples. So we use ANOVA. We use ANOVA. So now let's have a look at how to conduct analysis of variance in SPSS. Now let's have a look. I'm sharing my SPSS window. Yes, this is my SPSS window. You can see we are having various groups and groups along with their performance score. Group with 3 days salespersons with 3 days of training program, 2 days of training program, and 1 day of training program. Now how to conduct this? Go to analyze. Compare mean. One-way ANOVA. We put this factor, sales training group in factor, and score in dependent list. Click on post hoc test. We go for Timmins T2 test. Continue. Or you can go for Turkey test also. Various tests are there. I am using this Timmins T2. When we assume that equal variance not assumed, so you, basically we go for this Turkey T test. Okay, Turkey T test when equal variance assumed. So of course, yes, I am assuming that there is equal variance, unity of variance should be there. So I click on this Turkey test, press continue, and okay. So now I'm sharing the screen of my outputs. Yes. So now you can see over here that again p-value is less than 0.05. That is, it is significant. P-value is less than 0.05. It means what? It means yes, there is a significant variations among the groups. That means that yes, there is a significant variation in training in performance among the group with 1 day of training program, 2 days of training program, and 3 days of training program. Now, what will be the optimal training days? What will the optimal size of training program? It can be known by the help of this post hoc test. So you can see over here that when sales training group with 1 day of training program compared with 2 days of training program, you can see again this value is less than 0.05. It is having more impact. Okay. 1 day of training program with 3 days of training program, the impact is there. But when we compare this 2 days of training program with 3 days of training program, there is no significant impact. And so what we find we find yes, there is a there is a significant impact on the performance of the sales team with 2 days of training program and 3 days of training program as compared to the 1 day of training program. Right. Then there is no significant impact when we compare the performance of the 2 days with 3 days of training program, right? But yes, there is a significant impact in the variation when we compare this with sales training group with 2 days of training program with 1 day of training program. So we can find that yes, 1 day training program is of course yes not better than the 2 days and 3 days training program, and so of course 2 days of training program should be given to them, should be given to the salesperson in order to have significant improvement in their performance, right? As you can see, 1 day and 2 days there's significant variation, 1 day and 3 days there is significant variation, right? The same values are there, but yes, but in this case it is not significant. So we can see that 2 days of training program should be provided to them in order to have significant impact on the performance of salesperson. Now, how to report this result? So we will report like this: interpretations or reporting of this result. We will report this result like this. There is significant impact, significant variation in the performance of the salespersons, in the performance of the 3 groups of salesperson as F equal to 12.048 with p-value less than 0.05, and moreover the 2 days program, moreover 2 days training program is found to have significant impact on the performance of the salespersons. So optimum time of training program is 2 days. So you can write over here, moreover it can be seen from post hoc analysis that the 2 days training program is found to have significant impact on performance of the sale. So optimum number of training program is found to be 2 days, right? So this is how we report this result, right? So I hope that it is clear to you that how to interpret and report the result of analysis of variance with post hoc test. So thank you, student. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for the latest videos. So see you in the next lecture. Have a great day ahead.